Hi everyone, and welcome back to Jess Loves to Cook. I am Jess, and if this is your first time watching, make sure you hit that subscribe button and that little bell below so you're the first to know when my next video comes out. Today's recipe is going to be a very easy and simple recipe. It's going to be chicken pozole. Not only is it going to be delicious, but it's also healthy. Alright guys, let's get started.
Here I have my Ninja Ultra blender. I'm going to fill it up to the 32-ounce mark with water. Now I have my 32 ounces of water in my blender. I'm going to be using Better Than Bouillon, the chicken flavor, and I'm going to use 4 tablespoons of the bouillon and place that into your blender. Now put your lid back onto your blender and blend your bouillon until it's nice and liquefied. I'm going to blend the bouillon only until it dissolves itself into the water. And it's only going to take a few seconds, as you can see right here. This is an 8-quart pot that I'm pouring my broth into. If you still have a little bit of chunks of your bouillon in your blender, add a little bit of water, shake it up, and pour it into your pot. Now let's set our stove temperature to a medium heat. For me, it's a number 5. Here I'm using Las Palmas red chili sauce, and I'm using the medium blend. If you don't want so much heat, you can go ahead and get the mild. Now this is the can that you're going to want to use for hominy. It's Juanita's and it has 110 ounces and it's Mexican style hominy. Now we're going to open our cans. Make sure that you wash your cans and dry them before you open them. Also, when you're using your can opener, make sure that you open them almost all the way, but just leave about maybe an inch of the can connected. So now we're going to drain the liquid that the hominy came in, and as you can see, by having the lid a little bit connected, it allows me to hold the hominy in while I'm draining the liquid out. Here I'm going to be rinsing out my hominy. I'm going to put some water into the can. I'm going to shake it up and drain it. Then I'm going to do it one more time. I'm going to place some more water into the can, shake it up, and drain it. Now be very careful when pouring your hominy. I do not want you to burn yourself with the broth or cut yourself with the lid. Now get your red chili can and pour that into your pot. Now here I have 4 chicken breasts. I'm going to clean them and rinse them really well, and then I'm also removing some of the excess fat. Now take your chicken and pour it into the pot. As you can see here, I have that one that is a little frozen still, and these are thawed out already. But it's okay, they're all going to boil nicely in the pot. Here I have some sea salt. I'm going to pour 2 teaspoons of sea salt into the pot. Here I have some oregano leaf. I'm going to pour 1 tablespoon of oregano into my pot. Here we have some granulated onion. I'm going to use 1 tablespoon of granulated onion and add that to the pot as well. I couldn't fill up my tablespoon all the way, so I scooped a little bit more. This here is garlic powder. I'm also going to add 1 tablespoon of garlic powder to my pozole. All these spices are going to give our broth an amazing flavor. Now place your lid on your pot. Now the pozole has been boiling for about 10 to 15 minutes. I'm going to try to separate the 2 chicken breasts that were frozen together and separate them so that they can cook thoroughly. Also make sure you stir your pot occasionally so that your hominy doesn't stick to the bottom of the pot and then burn. Now meanwhile the pozole is cooking, I'm going to be prepping our condiments that we're going to put on top of our pozole, which in this case will be the lemon. I'm going to cut it into 8s, as you can see here. Now I'm going to take some onion. I'm going to use only half of an onion and I'm going to chop it up into fine little pieces. The reason why I say cut your onion as finely as possible is that you don't want huge chunks of onion in your pozole. So the finer, the better. Now I'm going to chop up the cilantro. I like to hold a bunch together, and as I'm chopping, I move my fingers away from the knife, and then when I'm done, I flip the cutting board to the side and then start chopping that way, just so I can cut it as finely as possible. And when you're done, place that into a bowl. And there you have it, some finely chopped cilantro. Now it's time to check up on our chicken. So I'm going to use a fork to see if my fork goes all the way through, and if it does, that means your chicken is nice and tender and cooked all the way through. So as you can see, I did a couple testers and it's good to go. Now take your chicken out of your pot and into a bowl. The reason why we're doing this is so that we can shred our chicken. And don't forget to stir your hominy so that it doesn't burn. Now lower your heat on your stove. I'm setting my stove to a number 2, which is a low setting. Now here I have a hand blender. I'm going to use it to shred my chicken. It's a trick that I learned a while ago. The only thing is that I had too much chicken in the bowl and it made it a little difficult to shred. As you can see, there one popped out. But it's okay, don't worry, it didn't land on the floor. Look at how quickly the chicken shreds with the hand blender. And there you have it, shredded chicken. Now let's place our shredded chicken back into the pot. I like to pour a couple spoonfuls in and then give it a nice little stir so that the chicken does not clump up and just stay in one section. Then pour the remainder of your chicken in and give it one last final stir. And put your lid back on. Now the pozole has been simmering for about 5 minutes and we're all done. Now get a big bowl and use a nice big spoon and pour a couple spoonfuls of pozole into your bowl. Now let's dress our pozole. We're going to get a little bit of cilantro, put that on top, grab a little bit more if you'd like, then get some onion and also top that into your bowl, and then grab a lemon. I like to squeeze it into my hand and then get any seeds out from there. Now there you have it, some delicious chicken pozole. These are the tostadas I like to use for my pozole.
Alright guys, well there you have it, chicken pozole. Let's give it a try and see what we came out with. Okay, so one other thing, I actually did not buy the cabbage that you top your pozole with. You can buy cabbage and you can top it with cabbage too, but I'm trying to limit my store runs, and so I forgot to buy it this time, but it's okay. The cilantro, the onion, and the lemon give it just a lot of flavor anyway. So let's crack a little bit of our tostada, get a little bit of hominy, some chicken, and give it a taste. It's delicious. The chicken has a ton of flavor. I think because we shredded it and then we added it back into the broth, so it just absorbed everything. The hominy is cooked just right. Not undercooked, not overcooked, just perfect. Alright guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this recipe. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to leave your comments below. And don't forget to subscribe so you're the first to know when my next recipe comes out. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Jess loves to cook. See you guys next time.